Valley Club, you already know Professor X is going to be a great character once he's eventually released in Marvel Strike Force. To date, April 14th, and today we got the kit for you so you can see how good this character is going to be. So if you're ready to see how much this Professor X release is going to shake up the entire meta of Marvel Strike Force, then you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin, and I hope you're ready for the chase for Professor X to finally be over. Yeah, it's been about a year. You've had the unlock chase, Old Man Logan, Shadow King, Odin. You're currently in the chase for Lalandra, and now Professor X is going to be here. April 14th is the date. We're going to talk about his kit, how good he's going to be once he finally comes to the game. And if you get some value from this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for even more Marvel Strike Force content, and ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new video goes up. But Valley Club, you've waited long enough. It is time to reveal the blog post for Professor X. To me, my X-Men, Professor Xavier is waiting for you to help set him free. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out the recent blog. We're going to go over the requirements for unlocking Professor X in case you haven't seen that previous video. But yeah, there are some requirements that you need to get, like a true telepath. We already know what you're thinking. Just how powerful is Professor X? Sneak peek. He is very, very powerful. He's going to shake up the meta entirely in Marvel Strike Force. So now it's time to meet the man, the myth, the legend behind X-Men, the most powerful member of Strike to date. So there's some background on Professor X. I'm sure you already know the background of Professor X. Probably a little different in Marvel Strike Force, but Professor X is going to enter Marvel Strike Force as an Omega level controller, bending the battlefield to his will with his devastating psychic mastery. He doesn't just fight his enemies, he outthinks them. And I like that. I like that he outthinks his enemies, doesn't just smash them, sweeping them with negative effects, breaking their will with relentless attacks, and even erasing battlefield effects with the sheer power of his mind. His telepathic influence extends deep into his enemies, seizing control of their minds. His special mind controls two characters with the most damage to attack the primary target, reducing the target's max health, which is devastating. Not just attacking them, reducing their max health, which means that subsequent attacks is going to reduce their percentage even further because they have less max health. His passive is particularly devastating, activating on the enemy's own turn, forcing them to strike their own highest damage ally, also reducing their max health. So yeah, just less and less max health all around for enemies of Professor X. He also manipulates the beginning of the battle with his passive. He denies enemy of taunt, speed up, or defense up, limiting the speed bar manipulation only to normal needs. Yeah, no manipulation going on. Xavier's the only one manipulating. Not even battlefield effects are safe from Xavier's mental dominance. His special ability wipes enemy's influence on his side of the battlefield, but when it comes to enemy's side, he calls upon his trusted ally Cyclops from the Age of X. The unique version of Cyclops that Xavier is going to call is more than just a summon ally, because his ultimate is going to shatter enemy barriers, clears the battlefield effects, and then obliterates them with a devastating optic blast that denies revival. And when Xavier decides to end the fight, he does it with absolute finality. His ultimate ability is a psychic onslaught, clearing, I wonder if that's a hint, clearing all enemy barriers, bypassing trauma, delivering crushing attack, all psychic devastation. If an enemy is under 25% health, Xavier erases them from existence. Man, he doesn't just kill them, he erases them from existence, ignoring death proof, denying revival, and ensuring that they never rise again. So his tags, Hero, Global, Mutant, Controller, Mythic, obviously, and X-Men, speed 127. His basic starts Mental Shock. Look at this wall of text, guys. Attacking the primary target, 300% damage, flipping immunity, and one additional positive effect to a negative effect, applying slow and 2 bleeds. If the primary target has disrupted, you're going to apply blind. If this character has ability block, reduce the speed bar of the primary target by 60%. Man, so much manipulation going on. Clearing 2 negative effects from this character. If any negative effects are removed, heal self for 10% of this character's max health per negative effect removed, gaining evade, gaining offense up, and when this character performs an ISO 8 attack, counterattack, or assist, the attack does no additional damage does no additional effects besides damage. When forced to attack an ally, this character deals less damage to those allies, and of course, unavoidable, cannot be blocked, cannot be counterattacked, because he's using his might, he's not using his strength. So it was basic, his ISO 8 counter, what it's gonna do, 225% damage, 17% piercing. That's it. So definitely not striker on Professor X. All right, special. To me, my X-Men. Energy costs 8 out of 10. So using this on turn 1, but unless it's a long extended battle or he's getting some ability energy from someone else, probably not using this more than once in a battle, but it's going to do the following to self and all allies. This character does not have 2 or more exhausted, so now that is to prevent them from just placing him on arena defense or crucible defense. Clearing 1 exhausted and exposed. Reduce the duration of all negative effects by 2. Heal for 30% of this character's max health. So strong special. Do the following to primary and adjacent targets. Reduce the duration of all positive effects by 2. Clearing all charge. Reduce the duration, applying defense down for 2 turns. Blind for 2 turns as well. You're also going to apply disrupted and trauma. The primary target does, or any adjacent targets or controller enemies applying ability block to that character. Then, man, it keeps going on. Mind control, any 2 characters with the most damage, so enemies or allies, doesn't matter. The most damaging characters attack the primary target. Controlled characters gain 100% damage, and this damage does reduce the max health of the target by the same amount. Very strong. So yeah, just making it easier as the battle goes on. And if it's a strong attack, let's say 1,000,000 attack, well, the max health of the enemies is going to be reduced by 1,000,000. Also going to clear, actually Cyclops. If the Age of X Cyclops is not an ally, then you're going to summon an Age of X Cyclops. Summon Age of X Cyclops is going to gain 2 safeguard for 2 turns, defense up for 2 turns as well. Also clearing the battlefield effect on the allied side. And of course, unavoidable, cannot be blocked, cannot be counterattacked. So good. The ultimate psionic pacification. Energy costs 8 out of 10, so huge cooldown. Not able to use this on turn 1 unless you're getting some ability energy from someone. You're gonna flip offense down on self, clearing barrier on all enemies, reduce the duration of all positive effects on all enemies by 2. Attack. So it's kind of a mini Thanos endgame kind of thing there. Is what I'm reading that as. Attack all enemies that are under 25% health for 25% of this character's max health. So this ignores death proof. The passive that triggers when a character drops below a certain health. So yeah, this just kind of kills the characters. Attacking all other enemies, 750% piercing. The damage reduces the max health of the target by the same amount. Strong attack. Characters killed by the attack cannot be revived. Also unavoidable. Cannot be blocked. Cannot be counterattacked. That might be the strongest ultimate in the game, if you ask me. I don't know. Is there something that I'm forgetting? But that's a very strong ultimate. Let me know down in the comments if you think that is the strongest ultimate. Passive. Professor X. They don't even have a unique name. Professor X is the name of the passive. Until this character completes a turn, enemies cannot assist. So mini echo there. Mini gore. Enemies cannot gain taunt, speed up, or defense up. Allies cannot gain darkness or slow. All characters' speed bar can only be reduced by normal means. Strong. That is a strong opening move there. On enemy turn, mind control that enemy to attack the enemy with the highest damage, applying defense down. Controlled characters gain 50% damage for the attack, plus it reduces the max health of the target by the amount of the damage done. Jeez. Just reducing the max health all around. So like having some null effects there as well. Before the mind control, clear barrier on the enemy with the highest damage. You're going to fill this character's speed bar by 15%, flipping defense down as well. So yeah, anytime an enemy takes a turn, Professor X is going to gain speed bars. So maybe him having such long cooldowns on the special and the ultimate isn't such a bad thing. After any character uses their ultimate ability, if this character does not have exhausted, bury yourself and all allies by 15% of this character's max health. Reduce the duration of all negative effects by 1 on self. You're going to heal self for 10% of this character's max health as well. And that's going to be for each negative effects cleared. That is how the health is going to go up. The health heal is going to go up. Enemies with defense down that normally cannot gain trauma can now gain trauma. So breaking the rules, Professor X. And in Arena, if this character has any mythic enemies cannot have their max health increased through passive abilities. So yeah. Arena meta is getting shaken up. There's a specific call out there. Even if there wasn't a specific call out, I think Professor X would shake up the arena meta. It's very interesting. We're getting Professor X and Null coming around the same time within a few months of each other. So very strong. That is assuming you can get all of your characters geared to 20'd up. The focus damage of this character can only be reduced by negative effects. And very strong. Now we got the Cyclops and Professor X summon. The traits: Hero, Global, Mutant, Blaster, X-Men. Speed only 108. I'm not sure if that's gonna matter because it is a summon. Obviously, want it going as fast as possible, but let's see what the rest of it is. Optic Blast, attacking the basic primary target, 300% damage, applying defense down. The ISO counter is very similar. You're gonna do 220% damage and 17% piercing, still applying the defense down. To me, is this special. Energy cost 5 out of 5, applying vulnerable and defense down to the 2 most injured non-summon, non-primary targets, ignoring stealth. Call 2 random enemies to attack each of one of those previous targets. You're gonna attack the primary target, 350% damage, cannot be counterattacked. The ultimate: Optic Devastation, clear all barrier on all enemies, attack all enemies, 750% damage, applying slow for 2 turns, clearing all battle effects on the enemy side. This character killed by this attack cannot be revived. This attack cannot be blocked or counterattacked. And this is a Cyclops that you're getting from the special of Xavier. Get another devastating move with the ultimate of Xavier as well. And the passive: team synergy. When an enemy attacks a Phoenix, Dark Phoenix ally, or Xavier ally, attack that enemy, 250% damage, applying defense down on non-summoned X-Men ally death, gain offense up. Remember, everything in this advanced copy of the blog is subject to change, so everything that we said so far about Professor X is also subject to change. But back to the chart for what you need to unlock Professor X. Now, it's not officially called Dark Dimension, but it is very similar to a Dark Dimension. So Nimrod is the first boss. For the first node of the first 4 hard nodes, you're gonna need Gear Tier 17. Heroic, you're gonna need Gear Tier 18, and Extreme, you're gonna need Gear Tier 19. So no Gear Tier 20, at least for that Nimrod boss. But for Gladiator, you would need Gear Tier 19 for the first 4 city missions there in the hard section. Gear Tier 20 for the Heroic and Extreme sections, also city requirements there. Shadow King is the next boss. Gear Tier 19 and global characters required for the first 4 missions. The Heroic and Extreme need Gear Tier 20. Villains Global for the first Heroic missions. Heroes Global for the Extreme missions there. And Dark Xavier is the big bad boss. To get that Xavier unlock, you're gonna need Gear Tier 19 on Cosmic characters, 5 missions there. Gear Tier 20 on Cosmic villains, and there are 5 missions in the Heroic section there. An Extreme, probably super hard, 6 missions there though. Gear Tier 20, and you would need Lalandra for that. Cosmic heroes are the other characters that are needed for that Extreme section of Dark Xavier. So obviously they said there's no star requirements there, but if this is the hardest section, the Extreme section of the last boss, probably do need to build up Lalandra pretty big for this. So interesting that they're not requiring Shadow King, no Old Man Logan, and no Odin either. So I think that's a great thing that they're not requiring those characters. That's great for newer mid-game players that potentially don't have those characters unlocked. So now that you know the full kit for Professor X and you can kind of see what he's gonna do in Arena and the rest of the game modes, let me know your hype level for this Omega level mutant. Is it an Omega level hype level, or is it like a Beta level hype level? Hopefully you got some value from this video, and if you did, leave it a like. And if you want to see what are the biggest trap teams in Marvel Strike Force, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.